Howdy, everybody. Welcome back for more of my views from Town. Bruce here as usual. I really need to shave, don't I? Getting kind of nasty. Well, I'll get to that. Now, today I want to go over this something that we hear all the time now. Is this just a witch hunt? Political witch hunt. We've all heard it. We hear it all the time. If you're as old as I am, in your 60s, you can go back to the Watergate days. When this was all being said. And the point I want to make is that whenever one political party is attacking someone in another political party, this is the stuff we hear. The side that's being attacked, it's always a witch hunt. Nothing to see here. It's all lies. This is all bogus. No truth to any of this. Nothing to be seen. We will all come out of this just fine. And of course, the people who are doing the attacking take the high moral ground that, oh my gosh, whatever it is they're accusing the people of are really terrible crimes. They're just going to destroy America, destroy democracy. Oh my gosh, they have to be held accountable and punished. Right? These are the two sides. And they go at each other, right? Bang, 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 no matter what. But if you go back in time, and you're going to have to look this up if you don't know about it already yourself anyway. If you go back to Watergate, that was the case in Watergate for months and months and months and months and months. Right? All the way up until the point where the White House tapes were made available. The Supreme Court said, nope, you can't hide them. And that was the smoking gun. Right there. Everybody heard it. The crimes were committed. What everybody would have been accused of was true. It was right there. And virtually all of the Republicans at the time, since they were the ones being attacked, got off their high horses of the witch hunt, nothing to be seen, this is all made up, and accepted the truth that was in front of them. And they immediately said, yes, I see now, I was wrong, crimes were committed, they did do them, they need to be held accountable, and they need to pay the price. Right? And Nixon paid the price by resigning from the presidency and leaving the office before they could actually convict him through an impeachment trial. Now that was just back in a day when those people had enough, moral fortitude of their own sense of morality and ethics and what was right, that they would recognize the truth when it was right out there and you couldn't deny it. There was just no way you could possibly deny it. And you have to give them credit for that. They stood up when the time was there and said, yes, this is true. Now you fast forward to Clinton, the Clinton years, right? And the Ken Starr investigations, if you don't remember, look it up, right? And what is it? What do we end up with after all of that? We end up with Clinton being impeached and tried for obstruction of justice and lying in court, perjury, and all from a civil case, right? They couldn't get him on anything else, but they got him in the civil case, with the Monica Lewinsky thing and stuff. So you had him dead to rights. There was no question about it. I mean, smoking gun. He did lie, and he did try to obstruct justice. There was no question about it. But unbelievably, at the time, the Senate refused to convict him. And we know why, because at the time, numerous people in Congress, the Senate and the House, were having all manner of sexual, situations and, scandals. So there was no way they were going to convict Bill Clinton lest they be convicted themselves, right? We're not going to hold him up to a standard that I couldn't pass myself. So what do? We lower the bar. And I mean, we lower it a lot as far as what we will allow a president to get away with. And I was stunned at the time. I thought Bill Clinton should have been convicted, kicked out of office. A president needs to be someone that is held to a much higher level of integrity. I'm sorry. I don't care if it was just a sexual thing. Excuse me. You lied and you tried to obstruct justice. That's not good. But they lowered the bar. That was what happened. that was a deal. Now you go forward beyond that, right? And you go into, the Trump years. You go into Obama, actually, when it began, I believe, with the Hillary Clinton email server thing. And then Trump and the Trump impeachments. Excuse me. And then Hillary with Benghazi, all these things, right? And everybody's taking those same things, witch hunt, oh no, these are terrible crimes that need to be done. We go down the same path. Everybody talking the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. The only difference is now no one will recognize the truth when they see it. They simply won't. And I don't get it. I truly don't get it. Now, unfortunately, this is far more on the Republican side than the Democrat side because really Hunter Biden is paying a price. He's going to be pleading guilty to charges. He could end up spending some jail time. His father is not going to pardon him, so he's going to have that on his record no matter what. And there could be more stuff coming for poor Hunter. And, we've gone down the road with Biden. Does he have these connections? But nobody's going after the Ivanka Trump and her husband Jared's, $600 million deals with the guys in the Middle East while the Trump administration was actually in place. That's a, conflict of interest big time, but nobody seems to care about that. So, we're batting all this stuff around, but whenever a truth comes out, nobody cares. They're not recognizing it. They're not going to change their position. We are stuck in a groove we cannot get out of. So this inability we have now to recognize the truth when we get smacked right in the face with it even is going to do us in. It scares me to no end that we have become so like this. We have allowed ourselves to sink down these rabbit holes so far that we cannot even open our minds to any level of critical thinking anymore. The idea of logic and reasoning of any kind seem to be just vaporized and gone. And I mean, if we can't get out of this, I don't know how you go forward as a society. I don't know how you can possibly be governed in any way from a group of people in Congress who are perpetuating this, even though they know better. And you can't tell me that the leaders in Congress don't know the truth when they see it. They do. These are not stupid people. They're just playing along, just like the media guys are playing along, because they're making money at it. They're getting power out of it. They're getting all these things they want, and they just don't care that we're dragging our entire society and our entire country and our democracy down in the gutter and working hard as we can to destroy it. It just amazes me. So all I'm saying is, when you hear somebody, run up with this, oh, it's a witch hunt, nothing to be seen, da-da-da-da-da. My experience tells me odds are there is something to be seen. Now, how big of a something there is, I don't know. But generally speaking, you're not blindly innocent of everything. So I'm not going to buy it. And when the other side says, oh, these are crimes that are just so hideous, they're going to destroy the world, I don't buy that either. Just get your heads out of the sand, turn your brains back on, and start to look around and think about this stuff. Because it matters for the future. I'm terminally ill. I'm not going to see the end of these things. But you are. Your kids are, and their kids, and their kids. And if we don't change this, if we don't get ourselves back together as, coherent, rational human beings, we're in deep, deep trouble. And that's just the point I want to make on this particular video. So, if somebody wants to make a witch hunt on me, bring it. I'm ready for you. Okay. Peace, everybody. and hang 10.